So, as you can see here, India has fully annexed the region of Bhutan, and I guess let's look at their next target, which is going to be Sri Lanka. Now, the Sri Lankans are pretty chill, I guess, but I don't think that's gonna stop the Indians from invading them. So that's what we see happening right here. They march up here at the top of Sri Lanka, and they end up capturing their capital of Colombo, I believe, and yeah, they just got completely taken over, and they got completely annexed into the Indian Empire. As you can see here, India has fully annexed the region of Sri Lanka. Next, India is going to send their troops up here into Nepal, which is going to go okay. The more mountainous regions it's not going too well, but that's fine. They manage to do an encirclement of troops over here, and they manage to take that over. The Indians keep moving into Nepal, moving their troops here and there, until finally Nepal falls over to the Indians. And as we can see here, Nepal has been fully annexed by the Indians, so they've just been going crazy with all these full annexations. Their next target is going to be Bangladesh. The troops start moving in from the western area, and they just completely take over these bordering areas. But meanwhile, the Bengalis people make their own move into India over here in the south. The Indians attack these areas, completely taking it over. Then they take over all of their old lands, and finally they take over the remaining part of Bangladesh. Well, this was a very difficult fight for India, so they're going to have to rest for a bit and recover, which will take 10-15 years. As we can see here, the Indians have fully annexed all of Bangladesh. So, as you can see here, India has fully annexed Bangladesh. After a couple of years, because the fighting in Bangladesh was really hard, they decided to choose their next victim, which is going to be Mauritius. Now, why would they invade Mauritius? I mean, I can try to explain it. But recently they bought the Chagos Islands. They bought the Chagos Islands somewhere here, and India wants that, so they're invading Mauritius. And Mauritius is gone now. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. Surprisingly, India actually ended up annexing the entirety of Mauritius, so yeah. And let's take a look at India's next target, which is going to be Myanmar. Now, what did Myanmar do? They're literally nothing, but they're getting invaded anyway. They're also going to get invaded by Thailand, which is going to join the war as an ally of India. But India, get this, also declares war on Pakistan, right? So it's like Thailand versus Myanmar, India versus Pakistan type of thing. But something that India didn't expect to happen, like, at all, was for Afghanistan to also join the war. And then Tajikistan also ends up joining the war by getting invaded from Afghanistan. So let's take a look at this massive war that's going to be happening. So first of all, we can see the Indians over here are moving their troops into Myanmar from their previously conquered areas of Bangladesh. They also move into these areas, just taking really all of it really quickly. They managed to capture the north because of the rebels are also, since Myanmar is currently in a civil war, the rebels are making everything much harder for Myanmar, so they're basically just gonna get crushed. Thailand is going to snag up their Myanmar's panhandle down here at the bottom and just generally advance into the country. Meanwhile, over here we can see India advance into Pakistan from the Kashmir area and also down here. But in the south we can see that Pakistan is actually winning, getting these areas of India surprisingly quickly. Then the people from Afghanistan also start moving their troops into other countries. They start moving their troops into Pakistan over here from the north, and also Tajikistan and from Tajikistan south. So at the moment it looks like Pakistan isn't going to make it, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, in Myanmar, it's just like not going well for them. They're just losing so much ground just really quickly, and finally their capital falls and Myanmar is gone. Back over here in the Indian front, India manages to connect up with Afghanistan, and they actually invade a little bit, and they actually end up attacking Afghanistan, which makes them rather upset, but they can't really do anything. And that means that Tajikistan liberates these areas of their country from Afghanistan. Then they actually managed to make an offensive themselves into Afghanistan. Then here in the south we can see that Afghanistan is doing a pretty good job taking this entire peninsula, kind of, and just taking over lots of regions of India. But suddenly Kashmir, like this entire northern area of Pakistan, is just gone. So yeah, the Afghans managed to beat the Indians out of their country, and they start their own invasion into northern Pakistan, and they also just take out all of these regions over here. They also manage to take over many parts of Tajikistan, and just it doesn't look so good for Tajikistan at the moment. Meanwhile, the Indians beat back the Pakistani military, right? And they just must connect up with this area and completely get rid of it. Though while this was happening, the Pakistani military manages to take back many areas of Pakistan over here, and yeah, eventually the fighting of the Afghans and the Indians are just too much, and Pakistan is starting to fall. India signed a treaty with Afghanistan that they'll deal with Afghanistan later, and just they'll all attack Pakistan, and Afghanistan has agreed. Afghanistan also manages to fully take over Tajikistan, so that's a shame for them. And meanwhile, the Indians managed to completely kick out Pakistan from their country, and they start their own offensive into Pakistan. At this point, Pakistan is just crumbling into pieces. They lose their northern areas, and then, as if it couldn't get worse, it does get worse, because as we can see here, Balochistan, I think that's what it's called, breaks away from Pakistan over here in the east. Finally, Pakistan surrenders, but not before Balochistan gets some more land. India gets more land, and Afghanistan also gets a ton of land. So let's take a look at this peace treaty right here. So, okay, So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So let's start up here, where we can see that Afghanistan has taken some lands from Pakistan and also fully annexed Tajikistan. Then we can also see that Balochistan got its independence, and Pakistan remains as a country but under the control of India. Then we can see here that Myanmar has been split into India, Thailand, and this new kind of puppet state of India. So this is the Indian Empire at its peak, and I hope I see you next time. Goodbye.